The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, they run with Edmonds. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked up by Jesse Bates. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
Now think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right.
Here we go.
Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I have to admit to a little surprise here. A net down in distance, I would have thought they were going to throw the football. Instead, they decided to run it. But give credit to the defense. They weren't fooled at all and held them to no gain.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where The coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
To his throw here, taken in by Gesicki. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there, finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Ready, set. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To Edmonds on the toss. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Defensively, Sam Hubbard, the former Buckeye, there to stop him.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. This is caught. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have moved out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taylor now from the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The Bengals at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
11 empty.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
The question for Mixon was, after an injury-riddled 2020, would he be back to his old self in 2021? And not only was he back, he was even better. He set career highs across the board, finished top 4 league-wide in yardage and touchdowns.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow dancing to his left. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
On 1, right?
2nd and 8 coming up. Burrow looking to pass. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
Back-to-back 9-sack seasons at Miami have firmly established Emmanuel Ogbah as the face of the Fins pass rush.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll drop to throw. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Here we go.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Black Ultra.
Here's Tua. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Cedric Wilson, 37 yards. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Sanders now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taylor now from the end zone.
Taylor on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
As Ja'Marr Chase picks up a first down here, how about a quick reflection on his debut as a rookie? Set a new rookie receiving record and the Bengals franchise record with 1,455 yards and was third in the league in touchdown. He became only the second rookie receiver named All-Pro since 1998, joining former LSU teammate Justin Jefferson, who did it in 2020.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On one, ready?
To throw again on second down. Burrow. Pass incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here we go, here we go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here. I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Cloud red. Light blue.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's going to air one out. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
He will find his man Chase complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On 2.
Second down and 3. Once again, they run with Mixon. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They follow up the first down 1 yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And that will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So fourth down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know You're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Taylor on the return. The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game.
Here we go.
Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now it's Burrow. Being chased out left. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 72 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point.
Kevin McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents. They certainly have the right read on that one. The weak spot in a cover 2 defense, right down the middle because it really stresses the safeties, and they're going to be a little bit frustrated they weren't able to connect on that one.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Tua. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. They're going deep for Hill. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, 27 yards. And the Bengals have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. They'll let Mixon try to run it in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On play action, here's Tua. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 19. And now here's another interception. Daxton Hill picks it off, so they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Bengals are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And my goodness, another interception. And the return will stop right around the 25. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Wilson snags it left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Tua going to throw. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And the Bengals grab it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Inside handoff to Mixon. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Keon Crossan. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Get ready. Red, yellow. Blue striker.
On 2nd and 12, Tua. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Tua sets up to pass it. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Sam Hubbard.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
After the sack on 1st down, Tua. That one going to be caught by his running back, Gaskin. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. One final try for Tagovailoa. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown error on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they play to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Bengals, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium.